Roman Republican poet Odes, dies at 56. 450 Galla Placidia, daughter of Byzant Emperor Constantius III, dies at 58. 511 Clovis, king of Salische France, founder of Merovingische, dies at 45. 640 Saint Acharius of Noyon, French bishop of Noyon Tournai, dies of natural causes. In 1026 Adalbert II, bishop of Utrecht 1010-26, dies. In 1198 Queen Constance of Sicily, wife of Henry VI, Holy Roman Emperor b. 1154. In 1474 Guillaume Dufay, French Flemish composer, dies at about 74. In 1570 Jacopo Sansovino, Italian sculptor and architect b. 1486. In 1592 Nakagawa Hidemasa, Japanese samurai commander b. 1568. In 1632 John Eliot, English Parliament leader, dies at 40. In 1673 Anthonie Palamedes, Dutch painter, dies at about 72. In 1674 Franciscus van der Enden, Flemish Jesuit and radical thinker tutor of Baruch Spinoza, dies at 72. In 1680 Athanasius Kircher, German Jesuit priest and inventor magic lantern, dies at 79. In 1720 Willem van Outhoorn, Dutch Governor-General of the Dutch East Indies, dies at 85. In 1749 Balthasar Schmid, German composer and printer, dies at 44. In 1749 Gottfried Heinrich Stölzel, German composer and librettist, dies at 59. In 1754 Abraham de Moivre, French mathematician de Moivre's theorem, dies at 87. In 1809 Nicolas-Marie Dalayrac, French composer, dies at 56. In 1811 Andrew Meikle, British mechanical engineer b. 1719. In 1836 Vernet, French painter and lithographer, dies at 78. In 1840 William Dublin, Australian lawyer and politician Premier of Tasmania, 1878-1879-84, born in Hobart, Van Diemen Estland now Tasmania d. 1887. In 1880 George Bibb Crittenden, American soldier, Major General in Confederate Army, dies at 68. 1884 Franziska Fanny Elstler, Austrian ballerina and choreography, dies at 74. In 1887 Frank Dalton, American lawman of the Old West, Deputy U.S. Marshal Oklahoma Territory, brother of the Dalton Gang of Outlaws, killed in the line of duty at 28. In 1890 Emanuele Muzio, Italian composer, dies at 69. In 1893 Stephen Wilcox, American inventor of steam generators for power stations and ships Babcock Wilcox, dies at 63. In 1894 Johanna von Puttkamer, Prussian noblewoman, wife of Otto von Bismarck b. 1824. In 1895 Alexander Dumas Jr., French author and playwright La Dame aux Cameliers, Camille, dies at 71. In 1899 Felipe Gutierrez y Espinosa, Puerto Rican composer, dies at 74. In 1899 Guido Giselle, Flemish priest and poet, dies at 69. In 1900 Cushman K. Davis, American politician, 7th Governor of Minnesota and Senator, dies in office at 62. In 1901 Clement Studebaker, American manufacturer of horse-drawn vehicles and later made early automobiles, dies at 70. In 1901 William Hugh Young, American brigadier general in the Confederate Army, who fought in the Battle of Shiloh, dies at 63. In 1907 Ricardo Castro Herrera, Mexican concert pianist and composer, dies of pneumonia at 43. In 1908 Jean-Albert Gaudry, French zoologist and paleontologist, dies at 81. In 1915 Sigismund Vladislavovich Serember, Ukrainian-Russian composer, dies at 54. In 1916 James Cutler Dunn Parker, American organist, composer, and pedagogue, dies at 88. In 1921 Douglas Colin Cameron, Canadian politician B. 1854. In 1925, Roger de la Fresnaye, French sculptor and cubist painter, dies of tuberculosis at 40. In 1930, Johnny Tildesley, English cricket batsman, 31 tests, 4x100, 9x50, HS 138, Lancashire CCC, dies at 57. In 1931, Lyra Patti, Hungarian silent film actress, known for portraying vamp characters, dies at 34. In 1932, Evelyn Prior, African-American actress, homesteader, Spider S. Webbs, dies at 36. American bank robber and gangster who killed more FBI agents than any other criminal, shot by the FBI in a shootout at 25. In 1934, Herman Hollis, FBI agent, shot and killed by Babyface Nelson. In 1934, Sam Cowley, FBI agent, shot and killed by Babyface Nelson. In 1936, Edward Barr, British bacteriologist, homeopathic doctor, Bark Flower Remedies, dies at 50. In 1941, Camille Lutin, French Flemish priest and literature historian, Flemish Committee of France, dies at 86. In 1942, Arthur Langton, South African cricket medium pace bowler, 15 tests, 40 wickets, dies in a military air crash at 30. In 1943, Ivo Lola Rybar, Croatian communist and partisan, killed by a German bomb at 27. In 1944, Leonid Isarkovich Mandelstam, Russian physicist B. 1879. In 1949, Tom Walls, British actor and producer, A Cuckoo in the Nest, Undercover, dies at 66. Scottish golfer, course designer, British Open 1901, 05-06, 08, 10, dies at 80. In 1950, Lena Richard, American chef, first US black woman to host a TV cooking show and write a cruel cookbook, dies of a heart attack at 58. In 1952, Theodore Goddard, British attorney, dies at 74. American playwright, Desire Under the Elms, Nobel 1936, dies of cerebellar cortical atrophy at 65. In 1953, T.F. Powys, British novelist and short story writer, Captain Patch, Goat Green, dies at 77. In 1955, Emma Jung, Swiss Union analyst, author, and wife of Carl Jung, dies at 73. In 1955, Luís de Freitas Branco, Portuguese composer, dies at 65. In 1955, William Nye, American director, Ape, doomed to die, Mr. Wong, dies at 74. In 1957, Margot Schartenantink, Dutch writer, Katharina Sprotch, dies at 88. In 1958, Artur Rudzinski, Polish conductor, Cleveland Orchestra, 1933-43, New York Philharmonic, 1943-47, Chicago Symphony, 1947-48, dies at 66. In 1959, Gerard Philippe, French stage and screen actor, Caligula, Le Diable, au corps devil in the flesh, dies of liver cancer at 36. In 1960, Dirk Jan de Geer, Prime Minister of the Netherlands, 1926-29, 39-40, dies at 89. In 1960, Frederick Fane, English cricket batsman, 14.